Hi there, it's Janice Thompson from JazzleDazzleCraft.co.uk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I live and work in Scotland. So today I have come on to do a wee quick card for the October SU Colour Challenge. Now this is a group that's run on Facebook. They've been running for a long time now, where they set colour challenges, and there's a new colour challenge using a photograph or picture of some kind for inspiration for the colours. So I was so excited in August when I was invited to join the admin team for the group. So it's design and admin team for the SU Colour Challenge, SU being short for Stampin' Up. Now this is not an official corporate group, it is a group of demonstrators, global demonstrators, from across the world, who've got together to form this challenge group, and there's a lot of people in it that like to join in, and you're more than welcome. So if you have a look for SU Colour Challenge, SU exclamation mark colour challenge. Now you either spelling of the word colour as the European way, COLOUR, or the North American way of COLOR are acceptable. They're both used interchangeably within the group. So if you search for either of those and ask to join, you will be allowed to join, and you will then be able to take part and display your work that you have done. Also, there, if you are lacking in inspiration or mojo, you can ask for a colour challenge just for you, and someone will set you a wee colour challenge. So a colour challenge is when you pick a group of inks and you use them exclusively on your card. It can be inks, card, any of our colours within the Stampin' Up range, but you stick with the palette that you're given. So I was even more excited when, for the October challenge, one of my own photographs was chosen as the inspiration. So I took this while standing at a bus stop last year on my way to work. These leaves were lying in a puddle, and I thought it was really quite a colourful, and so not getting the same opportunities this year because I'm working from home, so I'm not seeing leaves in puddles as much, but hey. So anyway, I have actually created 2 projects already, but in this video I'm going to show you the first one and recreate it for you. So this conjured up the idea of leaves, and at the time I had this stamp set, Life is Beautiful, on my desk, and I thought, well, yeah, let's just go with it and play with this set. And so here's what I came up with. So as I say, I am just going to try to recreate something very similar here for you. So I believe that my projects will be put up on the group around the 10th of October. I'm filming this on the 7th, but I'll release this in line with when my projects go up in the group. So anyway, without any more ado, I'll get on with it. I've stuck with simple stamping. One layer, everything on that one layer, and then that layer stuck on to my card, and off we go. So you don't need a whole lot of equipment for this, or tools or anything. So I have half a sheet of thick Very Vanilla A4, which I have cut in half and scored in half, and that's my card base. I've cut a piece of the thin Very Vanilla, which is fantastic for stamping on, like our thin Whisper White. Now this one particular comes in a pack of 40 sheets, so it is good value, and I have been stamping for a lot more years than I've been with Stampin' Up, but this is by far the best paper for stamping on that I have come across. So I challenge you, if you haven't used it, buy yourself a pack. You will not regret it. Okay, so take my one layer, and I've blocked up already the stamps that I'm going to use in this. So it's just the 3 stamps from the set. As you see, the set has got some really nice, it's got 3 nice sentiments. It's got Life is Beautiful, Hello, Thinking of You, and then it's got the big tree image, it's got leaves, it's got these coloured dots, it's got these. Now these could be fireworks, they could be snowflakes, could be anything you like, and there's a bit here, a wee stamp here, which, you know, kind of grounds the tree. You could use that as ground, but you can use it for other things. And then this lovely wee tree house with the 2 wee birdies there. So yeah, you could use this. I was thinking, do you know what? Welcome to your new home. Wee birdhouse. There you go. That could be, you know, there's loads. You've already seen me use this stamp set. If you go back a few videos, you'll see I did do a video where I think it might have been a Facebook Live, but I did 2 or 3 cards using this this stamp set. So yeah, let's stamp. Let's stamp. So I'll bring this one in front of me because I actually just want to recreate something fairly similar today. I kind of came to that by accident, but that's all right. So I'm going to use the early espresso for my sentiment and for my tree. So I actually think what I'll do first is pop the sentiment. The card just evolved really, because at first was just doing, in my head I was just doing a tree with some autumn coloured leaves on it and some leaves lying on the ground. But then as I stamped these, I realised how they were twirling around, and then I thought, wow, do you know, in autumn that is just like the leaves swirling about in the wind, and it made me think of going for a walk in autumn and scrunching through leaves. That's a word, I love that word, scrunching. I don't even know if it's an official word, but it's a word I like. And hello, that's just a nice sentiment, isn't it? And you can send that on to anybody. And this is still, Saturday past was World Card Making Day. If you're watching this on or around the 10th of October, the 3rd of October was, World Card Making Day. This week is World Send a Card Week. So, you know, you could send a wee hello card to anybody. There's no reason for that to just be 1 week. I would say 365 days of the year, send a card to anyone, just for no reason at all, just because you can. So that one, what I have done is kind of pop the tree there. I'm going to try see how it's like, slightly over, but I'm putting the base of the tree below the line of my card because that will ground it. I don't want to be faffing about with a lot more stamps trying to ground my tree, and I don't want a tree that's floating in the air. So there you go. So look at the detail on this as well. It's absolutely beautiful. And then we're just going to get some, so that's the sort of structure of the card. We will need the early espresso ink just to finish off for a wee bit of definition border around it, and but we'll put that over there. And I'm just going to use the colours that we've been set. Now I need to be a bit careful because last week I re-inked my Granny Apple Green. I think I may have over-inked it, but we'll see how we go. I'll just stamp off first. Right, let's see what it's like. Yeah, it's a bit, as I'm going to put my more autumny colours over the top, I'll just go with it. I'll just do stamp off with this. I need to maybe scrape a bit of the ink back. But what I did was I kind of went around this way eventually. So let's See what happens. You could do a 12 by 12 and then you could have, or maybe I will, maybe I'll have a go at that. We'll see what happens. I love autumn and I love all the colours that go with it. So there we go, there's our basic construct here. We maybe could have it coming around again, so it might come around. That didn't work, did it? Might just have, don't want to go over my pillow, but just have a wee suggestion of it coming round and around. Who's watched leaves swirling around? Swirling, there's another word. Scrunching, swirling. What other words? Do you think I was some kind of English teacher or something here? I carried away with myself. Do you see this COVID? Sitting in here talking to myself. You can laugh, because laughter's good anyway. Yeah, if we can't make fun of ourselves, well, offy saddy. I prefer doing live videos, but I wanted to prepare this ready so I can just pop it out whenever the ladies put my project out. I think it's Saturday the 10th. And as I'm doing a class on that day with Artful Stamping, I'm doing a class that for me, for a change, instead of me teaching classes, sometimes it's nice to just do a class with someone else. I'm doing stamping off a wee bit with this bumblebee, so I didn't actually go over what the colours were. I was too busy showing off because it was my photograph. So it is, you can see here, bumblebee, granny apple green, early espresso and Cajun Craze. Cajun Craze has been using it more recently, but it used to be a bit of my nemesis. It was a colour I didn't really, it's not that I didn't like it, I thought it was quite powerful and I didn't really know what to do with it. So I'm just kind of stamping over, but not over the top. I'm just so that the leaves are in different places. But I like the way that when you put this stamp down, it is naturally curving, and that's what made me see that shape. I think the bumblebee's quite a juicy pad as well because it's relatively new. So I'm doing different generations, so we're getting the different shades. Yeah, so that's, and that, do you know, even just with the two colours, I rather like that. We'll just clean off our bumblebee and then we'll go for our Cajun Craze. And I think again, quite a juicy pad, so we'll do a bit of stamping off with it as well. I think because I haven't used it very much. Yeah, because when you do the second generation, you are seeing more detail, the beautiful detail in the leaves. I like it. And if I like it, that's good because it's me that's stamping it. If I like it, someone else will. not everybody's cup of tea. I'm going to go back in here and add a bit more of this colour in there. Yeah, that's it. You should just do it as many times as you want to. I'm liking the second generation the best, and that's why I'm using it. See, I don't know if you can see on camera, but you can see the detail so much better. And that, if you don't have grid paper like this to work on, if you go to the back of our catalogue, or just put in the search if you're on the website, you can get to my online shop from my Jazzle Dazzle Facebook page, or from my blog on the shop now button. As I say, from Jazzle Dazzle, I've got a shop now button on my Facebook group as well, or Facebook page rather. There, I think that's fine. Also, if you just go straight to JazzleDazzle.stampinup.net, but the links to all of these are in the, I always do that, in the description box below. You will get the links to them all. I will also put a link to the SU Colour Challenge group as well, so that you can come and join in if you would like to. So I now just need my early espresso ink. And you've seen me do this 100 times, I'm sure, just to get a bit of definition on the layer and border up my picture a wee bit without adding too much weight. This is a card that you'll be able to mail economically because it won't be heavy. And as I keep telling people, don't pull it through because you'll ruin your pad. Ask me how I know. Let's just tidy up a wee bit. Ready? Just makes it easier for you to see. What did I do with the blank card? I did fold one, didn't I? And I showed you. Can you see it? Oh well, we'll just do another one. Oh, here it is, under the stamp set. Well, yeah, that's predictable, isn't it? Right, and then all I've got to do is stick this on here. So, we don't know if this glue is going to work. It did earlier, or that one of them did. Let's see. If it doesn't, I've got stamp and seal. Let's not wrestle with the glue. It's just clogged up a wee bit, but let's see. Stamp and seal does the same job, especially when it's one layer. And you know, if you're like me, sometimes you're actually making a card that you need to get in the post. So if you've no wet glue on it, it's not going to come to any harm. It's, you know. So I've got stamp and seal around there. Now I just need to make sure it's lined up straight. Just catch the corner so that I can then just see that that's going to be straight everywhere else, and then push it down. Let's use my bone folder for the fold. And there you have it. There's that card recreated. So there's the original. There's almost the same. Obviously it's not the same, but I don't like to have two projects the same. And here's our inspiration. So Bumblebee, Granny Apple, Green Early Espresso, Cajun craze, all inspired by some leaves lying in a puddle. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, please press the bell icon so that you get notification when I'm coming on again. I really appreciate all the support, and a thumbs up or a comment, a positive comment will all help. This all helps to make my channel be noticed by the search engines. So the more you interact with me with your thumbs up and positive comments, the better, the more often my channel will come up on people's searches. So thanks very much everybody for all of your support, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.